Riddle me this, Sega fans. Pinch one off and pull the chain. One should do the same with this rotten game. What am I? Well, if you said Batman Forever on Sega Genesis, then you're absolutely right. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it totally bites the big one. I'm sure many have said, well, look at the source material, jackass, how is this shocking? The answer is simple. I dug Batman Forever. Sure, the ending is terrible and embodies everything I'd soon despise with Batman and Robin, minus George Clooney. That aside, I think it's pretty fucking good. Anyway, back to this craptacular mess.
If the Bat wants to play, we'll play.
You can play as either Batman or Robin, though the difference is purely cosmetic from what I can tell. Batman is no stronger or faster than Robin, so it's whatever. Both have a full arsenal of weapons at their disposal, most of which you'll never use for a multitude of reasons. Really, they're too difficult to pull off, and they're not all that effective to begin with. Look at this, these numbnuts almost always duck my batarangs. The only time they really work is when there's two coming right at me. Trying to use a flashbang is nearly impossible. It's not a difficult move to pull off in any other game, yet for whatever reason Batman's struggling like the hooker locked in my trunk. Okay, you know what? Let me get the positive shit out of the way. First off, I like the digitized graphics. They're certainly a product of their time, yes, but they do capture the essence of the movie well. Flashy, bold, and fairly colorful. Yeah, so that's about it. On with the chiding! I'll begin with the controls. Batman Forever is compatible with both 3-button and 6-button controllers, so naturally I suggest using the latter. It really lightens the workload, for it cuts down on the number of button combinations you'd have to remember just to progress. It's still a dull ache in my prostate with the 6 buttons, since all but one of the 6 available face buttons on this fucker are assigned to combat and defense. Why is that? Because they're modeled after Mortal Kombat. I didn't realize it at the time, but it's true. The button combos are virtually identical, as are the animations. It wouldn't be a problem if it weren't for certain sections where platforming is required. Like the SNES version, you must press up to jump. Thankfully, that one button I mentioned is assigned to the grappling hook, meaning it's a tad easier to pull off. Jumping down can be an ordeal though, since you gotta press down and C, or low kick if you will, to jump down. Good lord. Unfortunately, that's not the worst part. No, that comes with these hooks or screws or whatever the fuck. When you actually figure out what the hell they do by chance, you'll find they're a chore to deal with thanks to the so-called jump button. You gotta be moving toward them in the direction you desire, then press up and forward. Then just forward, or you could fuck it up entirely. Mastering this is a necessity because this one stage in particular expects you to light 6 spotlights within a set time limit. If you take too long jumping or swinging from one to the other, they'll shut off. I'm sure it's clear at a glance just how fucking annoying this stage truly is. Wait, you know what? Wait, that's unfair. The stage itself is fine. It's the controls that make it an experience worth wiping from memory. Then we have the ridiculous difficulty. Mind you, I'm not so hot with Mortal Kombat, so this game is a serrated pecker even on the easiest setting. Adding insult to injury, you're only given a handful of lives and very few continues. The thought of diving right back into this after having made it all the way to level 4 section 2 only to die and start over is a nightmare worthy of even Freddy Krueger's praise. My god, it's almost unimaginable. 80 fucking stages of pure mediocrity and frustration without reprieve. Remember how Batman had the fast-paced shooter stages that broke up the monotony a bit? How about Batman Returns on Sega CD with all the driving levels brimming with speed, explosions, and kick-ass music? Remember that shit? Well, not here. It's just mind-numbing frustration for 80 fucking stages. I cannot... fuck. One last thing, let's talk about the final boss battle. Just so you know, I used a level select code in order to show you later portions of the game because I haven't the interest or patience to endure this miserable piece of holy rusted fuck any longer than necessary. So here you go! I mean, just look at that. Two-Face is just taking it. What a joke. Wait, you know, I take that back. This is the joke. Yeah, that's the fucking Riddler. Oh, this has to stop. Batman Forever on Sega Genesis is shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit. It's far too easy to pick apart bad controls, short-sighted gameplay, and a moronic stringing together of levels that some studios may term as large and exciting. No, it's the complete lack of joy. Really, there's no joy to be had here. For a video game, a game of any kind really, this is a hell-worthy trespass punishable by death in a New Mexico landfill for 15 to 30 years. Oh, and we still have Batman Forever, the arcade game to look forward to. Oh boy!